Newsflash Africa, the best place to get Africa-related content. In today's news,
three chieftains from the All Progressive Congress (APC) have filed a suit before the Federal High Court in Abuja to challenge Governor Obaseki of Edo State over an alleged certificate forgery. It was reported that Edebo Williams, Ugbesia Awodu Godwin, and Amedu Dauba Anahu filed an originating summons alleging that the Bachelor of Arts certificate in Classical Studies obtained by Obaseki from the University of Ibadan was forged. Governor Obaseki has, however, described the suit as frivolous and irrelevant. His counsel, Alex Ejesieme, said his defense team is preparing a reply to the challenge action in court next week. This is coming after Edo State chapter of the APC sued the national chairman of the party, Adams Oshiomhole, and the national working committee of the party over a waiver that granted Pastor Osagie Izeyamu a governorship aspirant of the party. The party in the state has been split into two factions since last year, following the crisis between Oshiomhole and Obaseki. Meanwhile, it was also previously reported that Governor Obaseki of Edo State was running in a battle with his supposed godfather and national chairman of the party, Adams Oshiomhole. It was reported that the battle got its crescendo when the faction of the APC loyal to Obaseki in Edo State suspended Oshiomhole at the ward level and later got a court injunction which barred the former governor of Edo State from parading himself as the national chairman of the party. The court's pronouncement hit the camp of Oshiomhole, while Obaseki's camp thought it had broken the camel's back. Some APC governors and some members of the National Working Committee who were tired of Oshiomhole's leadership style aligned with Obaseki and called for Oshiomhole's resignation to avoid being bouted out of office. Oshiomhole later threw in the towel and stepped aside to allow an independent investigation over the allegation leveled against him. You see, these are obvious political tactics that all these people are using against each other just to be playing games, as they know that the election is getting closer and closer. Why didn't they? Are you telling me that they weren't aware? If this is true, if it is really true that Obaseki's certificate is actually forged and is fake, are you telling me that they didn't know that? Because there's normally a vetting process before you're even allowed to be an aspirant. And prior to Obaseki getting into politics, he was working for Dangote as one of the senior directors in his company. Are you telling me that Dangote didn't do any background checks or did any research to know whether his certificates that he had provided during his employment were actually real or fake? Why are they out here playing all these games? Because all these things they're doing just makes it very, very obvious to anyone seeing who they are trying to favor in reality. Because if as a result, the court rules that as a result of this case pending now, they decided the court bars Obaseki from participating in the election, who is it going to favor? It's obviously going to favor Izeyamu, that Oshiomhole had allowed to not only rejoin the party but also be a candidate in the governorship election. This just goes to show you to what extent these people will go to in order to prevent someone else from getting to that position. The level of animosity is so great that you would rather see a defector, a person that was in your party, move to PDP, then later wants to come back to your party. That should obviously tell you that there's no form of loyalty in that person. But upon all this, Adams Oshiomhole will see trust such a person to be the face of the party instead of someone that has stayed with the party during these 4 years, all just because of a personal disagreement or misunderstanding or bicker with this person. Is this really how is politics supposed to be run? Is it based on our own personal motive that it's supposed to be run? If the people of the state want this person, why can't we let the people of the state to decide for themselves? Why are we making all these corny decisions for them? What is the meaning of this? There was so much time during the 4 years, even and before, for them to bring such a case of a fake certificate or of a forged certificate, but they didn't. They decided to bring it just when we're in the eve of the elections. Doesn't it sound fishy? Doesn't it sound fishy and very obvious of what they're trying to do? Because if they try to get Obaseki out of the table, who is remaining? Izeyamu. And Izeyamu is the person that is favored by Oshiomhole. So even when Oshiomhole claims that he doesn't want to interfere in the decisions of the party or interfere in the primary of the party, he's still doing so, because it is very obvious that these so-called three chieftains that came out to take this action against Obaseki, it is very obvious who is directing them to do it. Because there's only one person that is standing to benefit from Obaseki being out of the picture, which is Oshiomhole, and it is very, very obvious to anyone that is willing to see it. All these politicians are treating the people of Edo State as if they are children, as if they don't have brains for themselves, as if they cannot decide for themselves whether they want to vote for this person or not. They have to be doing all this scamming, taking someone to court over stupid allegations, just so that because they have the power, that power will enable them not to see a certain person that they have that animosity with in a position that they want. I've been saying this for a long time, and I will keep on saying it and hammering on it, that these people are only in it for the money. They are only in it for the money, because they are not this animosity that Oshomole and Obaseki are having. It's not coming from a place of love, a place of they care for the people of Edo State. No. It's only coming from a position of influence and power. Oshomole wants to exercise more power and influence over Edo State even when he's out of the picture. And Obaseki said, no, I want to do so because I am the current governor. All these fights and bickering is not because they care that Obaseki is not there, he's not implementing the right policies, or Oshomole could have done a better job, or the people that Oshomole knows could have done a better job. It's none of that. It is not that at all. It is just their own personal bicker, who is going to increase whose authority and power. Every single other person is just a chess, or they are just pawns in a game of chess for them. Political chess. That is how they view the people of Edo State. Simple. Because if they had the modicum of respect for the people that are literally risking their lives to go and vote for them, they wouldn't be engaging in such stupid games. They wouldn't be engaging in such stupid games and play with the intelligence of people up and down. They wouldn't. They honestly wouldn't. Well, seeing such political developments happen in the state is really, really saddening. That our political intelligence, our political society hasn't developed to the extent that we, as people of Edo State, cannot see such things and calling them out as they are. It is truly saddening. Well, those are my personal thoughts on the matter. Please, if you do enjoy this video, subscribe, like, comment, give me your thoughts. I'll see you in the Thank you.